Hello everyone, it's me, Appalachian Cemetery hunting, and today we're at a newly found, forgotten cemetery in Claiborne County. It's called the McWilliams Cemetery, and like I said, they was doing some work and excavating in that area and came across this cemetery, and of course I was so excited. I had to go find out about it, I had to go see it, and lo and behold, I got some kin going on there. So today's video is going to be both an on-site and a narration. I can't even say that word today. Narration video, and we are in the shadow of the Cumberland Gap in Claiborne County. Beautiful area, not too far from my old home place. The cemetery we'll be looking at, like I said, is called the McWilliams Cemetery. And the map shows that the cemetery is near Shawnee Community in Claiborne County. That's just off of State Route 63. And also, if you guys didn't know anything about it, it's in the Harrogate area of where Lincoln Memorial University sits. The cemetery is actually in the middle of an industrial park. But I can remember this area very fondly. Like I said, I just lived basically across the street from it almost. And it was just pasture field. But never saw a cemetery in my whole entire life there. So they stumbled upon this one. In this zoomed in picture of the industrial park, you can tell that the cemetery, it's under a clump of trees. So I guess that's why I never saw it. It was just buried under a clump of trees and hidden for all these years. And it was so cool that they had uncovered it again. And it is very small. From what we can tell, there's only 9 people buried here. And I'm sure there's a lot more because there's a lot of rock markers. And some of them, like I said, was my ancestors. I've got like a 3rd or 4th grade uncle there. I mean, that was cool to find. But the earliest burial that we could find was in 1878. And we're going to show you an on-site video first, and then we'll do a narration portion, if I can get that word out, right after. So stay with us. Let's get started. Come on.
Hi again, everybody. This is Greg coming at you. We are in Harrogate, Tennessee at the McWilliams Cemetery, and we are in the middle of an industrial park, actually. You can see some of the buildings over there. Anyway, it's a small cemetery, quite a few unmarked graves, but we're going to see who we can find. And some of Robin's ancestors, the Cadles, are buried here. First of all, we've got Emmeline, who is wife of W.N. McWilliams, 1835 to 1910. And this is her husband, W.N. McWilliams. Looks like 1825 to around 1859. A lot of that's wore off. I may not have those dates right. And right here we got a sunken grave, no headstone marker. And there's one over here, really overgrown as you can see. I'm sorry I got my finger in the way. Here is this is the rock marker. Yeah. Now right here, something's kind of weird in a way. I'm not talking about the rope. This headstone was actually turned sideways to the grave. And I cannot see the name. Like this is a Cadle. 18 May, I can't make the dates out. I think the death date's 1892. That cemetery was established, we believe, in the 1860s, possibly. We'll put that up for sure at some point in the video. And right here, first I thought somebody spread some straw out, but they didn't. And it looks like right there, if you can see it, somebody's been camping out right here. What's left of them, like some kind of bowl, and a plastic bag hanging up in a tree. I ain't gonna go close to that. Right here's another unmarked grave. See it right there? Got a rock marker for it, with a headstone. There's another one right there. And another one. And right over here is a grave that's really something. Let me zoom out here. There you go. I don't know if you can see that for all the finca, or whatever it's called. There's another one right there that's sunken. I'm not really sure how many people are buried here. It's not, you can tell it's probably, as you can probably tell, it's not very big at all. This stone has been broken. Let's see what we can find here. Nothing on that side. The grave is sunk. I'm not sure what this is right here on the ground. Let me see if I can lift this up. Okay, the writing's on the side that's facing up, and it is really and truly weathered away. I don't know if you all can make this out, but I can barely see some letters, but I can't read what it says. Only the good Lord knows now. Back up here, we've got some more. There's a grave. I'm not sure if this is a rock marker or an actual headstone. There's no writing on that side. And there's no writing on this side either. Again, it could have just been, they just cut it to make it look like a headstone but never engraved it. Don't know. Here's another one. There's no writing on this side. Here it is. I don't know if I can swing around or not and hold it. If y'all can make that out, please let me know, because I cannot. Be very careful. Don't want to do any more damage. There's some traffic in the background. This is actually on the road that goes to garbage dumpsters. People's hauling their garbage off. This one, I think, is actually upside down. Yep. Let's see if I can. I'm actually holding the phone upside down now, folks. And I think I see a birth date of 1830, possibly. Not 100% sure, but maybe. Again, if y'all can see that, leave some comments below. We'd really love to find out about this. And when we get home, we're going to do some more research and see exactly who all is buried here. And let's see, missed one over here. It's kind of snaky looking, to be honest with you. I didn't want Robin to come up in here. Let's see. That is just cut to look like a headstone. There's no engraving on it. I think some of these cars are wondering, what in the world is this guy doing? There's the back side of that. Nothing. It's either wore off or it never was engraved. Swing back around this way. And there's some other kind of business, and I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if you can see this through the undergrowth, but there's a rock marker right there, about in the center of the screen. I'm not used to doing the videoing on these things. That's Robin's department. There's what looks like another. See if I can zoom in here. There we go. That's what's left of a headstone. There is the footstone. Going back down this way. Probably hear those big trucks pulling out now. From what kind of business that is. I'm gonna wait till he gets past. There he goes. And here comes another one. We've got another headstone right here. You do not see any writing on it at all. There's the footstone for it. Here's another rock marker. And here's another one. I'll see if there's any kind of writing on it if I can. I don't see anything. Nope, I don't see anything at all. Things just the way they, I guess, carved out some of these headstones. Try to get my shadow out of the picture there if I can. They just cut them to look like headstones so they would know at least where the graves were at. Over here's another one. Again, like, so when we get back home, we'll do some research and we'll see who we can find. Some of these other people that are buried here, find out about them. There's a black butterfly. As long as there ain't no snakes, I'm good. I think that might be what's left of a headstone or a rock marker. Not sure. But anyway, this is the McWilliams Cemetery in Harrogate, Tennessee, in Claiborne County. We're up close to the Kentucky line. And I'm going to show you just some scenery here. When you get turned around. Now that is part, that mountain ridge you see. How you doing, bud? That mountain ridge you see is part of the Cumberland Gap National Historical Park. And the gap itself, the Cumberland Gap, is, if you see that flagpole, it's in that general direction, a few miles away. Like I said, this is where Robert and I grew up, this whole area. Really beautiful. If you've ever been up here, you need to come up because there's some real pretty scenery. And I believe that's going to do it for the on-site. There's Robin back in the background. She's waving. We've got our little dachshund Willie in the car. So that's another reason she didn't come up in here and do this. She let me deal with the snakes. But anyway, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed this little short video. Like I said, we'll try to get some more information about some of these people, and we will talk to you later. God bless.
Okay, so like I said, many of these headstones are unreadable. There's no way. So here's the rest of the people that are buried here. We have Martin Van Buren Cadle Jr. And yes, that is a kinfolk of mine. 1853 to 1890. We found out that he was killed when a horse kicked him. That's a hard way to go. And then there's Cordelia B. Civils Presley, and they called her Cordy, 1870 to 1896. And with her is her mother, Emily Jane Cadle Civils, 1846 to 1879. And the last stone has no name, and there's only 2 stars with a date, and it's of 1834 carved on it. So, don't know what that means. Now, there is one person buried here with no picture of their headstones, and it's the grave of Thomas Presley. He was the husband of Cordelia that we just talked about, and we found out that they were both born November the 19th of 1870, and they both died on September the 19th of 1896. Now tell me that ain't odd. What in the world? Did they just have a bad accident? Was there some kind of pandemic? They was born on the same day and died on the same day. That is a really odd thing that you don't see normally. But this is going to finish our look at the McWilliams Cemetery in Claiborne County, Tennessee, which is in the Harrogate area. And like I said, it is very, very small. They just uncovered it, just found it. It had been forgotten. But these people need to be remembered. And we want to thank you guys for watching. And hit that like and share and subscribe notification buttons if you want to hear more of these interesting, full of history cemeteries. And we'll see you next time. God bless.